Moses Malone, Yao Ming. Yes, things are bigger in Texas.
And I tell you, Ed, the energy in this building is scintillating. The Red Rowdies are out, and they're about to make a difference.
And they're ready for liftoff right now from Toyota Center. Harden to Paul. Has a chance. Ooh, Chris Paul. Good start. He's made his first shot. Jay, he's played for a number of teams in the Western Conference, no less. What do you make of Paul and his willingness to embrace a challenge?
Well, for the first 12 years of his career, he was ball dominant. The ball was forced to be in his hands every possession because nobody else, other than CP3, could make a play. Now there's a shared responsibility with the playmaking skills, and that only allows him to play looser, to play freer, to play more like he played in college, hunting his own shots and thinking pass second, score first.
It's Rockets ball. Harden to Anthony. Rejected by Durant. Ball's loose. Look at him on the deck. Paul into the front court. He'll run the offense. James Harden trying to cash in. Doesn't get the bounce. The follow won't go either. To Durant. Slam dunk.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
Harden to P.J. Tucker. Curling inside. Capella to Paul. From the painted area, won't go down.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate. Ed, you ready for another fun fact about the Houston Rockets?
Let's do it.
Okay, the team was established in 1967 and was given the name the Rockets because Sandy... Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Warriors come away with it.
I'm hearing some boos from the crowd. They know, just like I know, you're not getting back on D.
Here comes the screen. Draymond Green missed his first. That one goes.
Green doesn't need to score to be effective. He's a more skilled Dennis Rodman of this generation. He's an undersized student of the game who can guard positions 1 through 5, a rarity even in today's style. And let me tell you what he's going to do. He's going to disrupt your game plan and probably try to get under your skin. So stay composed and don't go for the bait.
To Thompson. Curry. Nice pace, sets it up and slams it down.
Everybody in the building, including myself, thought that pass was going somewhere else. Fool me once? Okay, but you're definitely not fooling me twice.
Harden to Anthony. Cousins up to block the shot.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Trying to cash in, add 2 points to the board.
You know, someone had the audacity to ask Klay Thompson how he feels about being the third or fourth option, and I love his response. He said, I don't care. When you're as efficient as me, my paycheck warrants it. And I think about a game he had this past year. 88.4 seconds of possessions, 52 touches, 33 shots, 11 dribbles for 60 points just in 22 minutes proves the reason why Klay is Klay. Whoa! Get that out of here!
Message sent, Jay. Changes coming from both sides right now.
Substitutions, Houston.
Thompson. Gordon with it. Down 5.
Here we go.
To Paul. Ooh, crisp ball. 2 of 4 now. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
He shoots. Oh, off the mark. To Green. Nothing going here on that drive. Green. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
His first effort, off the mark.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the take his legs away on the offensive end.
On the drive, it's Paul, but his shot stays out.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
Nice pass to set things up. Long heave from three-quarters court. Final chance from three-quarters court, off the mark. And that does it for the first quarter. One quarter in the books. This has the potential to be a good one.
And when both teams are playing at this level, it just continues to reaffirm that I was excited to watch both of these teams play this entire week. It's been a solid game so far, but this has a chance to be a great one down the stretch.
Driving is Green, but he can't finish.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
Shot from the lane won't go. Paul with it up top. 5-point game. To Capella. And finishes strong.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
3 titles in 40 years, new arena next year, Jay, in San Francisco. Crazy to think that any of these Warriors would want to go anywhere else.
It's the way they've been leveraging their brand off the court in Silicon Valley. You see guys like Kevin Durant, who have 35 Media, his only media production company, also making a ton of investments. You see Stephen Curry and Andre Iguodala investing in E-Game Sports, amongst other things. I actually got a chance to host a Players Technology Summit with Andre Iguodala, where he talked about a multitude of things that he's invested in. They're able to leverage the business outside the business of sport, which is why I think they'll stay around in the Silicon Valley for a very long time.
Houston with the basketball. It's blocked by Boogie.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Harden to Anthony. Harden. Can't connect. Works it. To Paul. Turned away by Cousins.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
Curry into the front court. 2-point advantage. Screen coming. Curry. Misfires. It's no good. Now Paul with the basketball. Looking to make something. We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game.
Save 10% on all merchandise when you purchase 3 or more items at one of our arena stores. This offer is only valid during today's game, so take advantage of it.
The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. To Paul. Has a look. No good. No daylight. Great defense.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Yes, and a foul. Hell of a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
To Durant. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Stephen Curry trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 90% at the line. Free throw up and good. Gives him a 2-point lead. Jay, last year, Rockets 65-17. Good for #1 record in the West. What's going to be good enough this year for the Rockets to get to the NBA Finals?
Well, you need CP3 to be healthy. If he's healthy, you can make an argument that the Rockets may have won the Western Conference Finals against the Golden State Warriors. But also, I think James Harden needs to continue to build on his play in the playoffs in particular. Everybody knows about how great he was during the regular season. But those last 6 games against the Golden State Warriors, he really struggled from the three-point line. He shot 37% during the regular season. He shot 20% in the Western Conference Finals.
Knocks down the second after missing the first. To Green. Not that time. That's blocked by Nene.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Capella. Here's CP3. And the rebound taken down by Green. To Cousins. Nothing going here on that drive.
Pick coming, pick coming.
He can't get past the defender. Short jump and a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. To Anthony. The pass set it all up. Change of scenery, but how can Melo still impact a franchise?
It all starts with a mindset. It starts with embracing and accepting your new role. He is no longer a starter in this league. He's a guy that's going to need to be positive on the bench, bring in his shooting abilities off the bench, and also be a coach when he's on the floor. That's the next step in the evolution for Carmelo Anthony.
Substitution being made in this one. It's Harden. James Harden. 3 for 6 now.
Look, the Rockets don't take too many mid-range jumpers. Actually, last season, they led the league in three-point attempts. Glad to see them actually find a two-point shot relevant these days.
It's good. And 1.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Houston takes over. Carter Williams to Capella. Carter Williams knocked loose, working it outside. Nothing going here on that drive. To Carter Williams. 4-3. Not that time. Durant across the timeline. 4 points the differential as we...
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Stephen Curry with a look. Steph Curry. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Inside, he scores.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Plenty of contact. The shot no good. That's the end of the quarter. The Warriors with the lead. Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. It's Thompson. A bad pass as the Rockets come away with it. Why?
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Jay, they're lucky they get the ball back. Jay, you know the Warriors love challenges. As they go for a three-peat, why not try and incorporate the personality and presence of a DeMarcus Cousins?
Well, if there's anybody up for the challenge, it will be a head coach who's had multiple years in dealing with one of the hottest players, when I mean personality, hottest players in the league, and Draymond Green, and that's Steve Kerr. And look, DeMarcus Cousins is going to come back on this team probably after All-Star break, and I think he'll have a chance to really add another versatile piece. But in the interim, I think a guy like Jordan Bell is going to be huge. There's no more JaVale McGee in this squad, but a guy like Jordan Bell or Kevon Looney can give them the length and the intimidation of what they need down low on the blocks.
All right, I got ball. I got ball.
Paul to Anthony.
I got help. I got your help. Trap.
Paul buries it on the catch and shoot.
Consistency wins a game. Sometimes you have to double down. I'm sure that's what their coach told them to do in the locker room. Keep shooting your shot.
Big time finish. That's a big time finish.
The assist from Klay Thompson.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor.
I'm on D.
Got him. Be up, baby. Be up.
Short jumper stays out.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Draymond Green will go to the line to shoot 2.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
Can't connect on the first free throw. Missed the second. 0 for 2. Paul across the timeline. The deficit now up to 5. To Capella. Nothing going here on that drive. Tucker.
Pick it up.
Doesn't have the touch. No good. Curry into the front court. He'll run the offense. Here comes the screen.
Screen coming.
He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws. To P.J. Tucker. Nothing going here on that drive. Tucker. Has a chance. Yes. Carmelo Anthony. Now 4 for 9.
And Melo will be the first one to tell you this. He's not ready to be a role player just yet. He can still put up points in bunches. Didn't shoot the ball that well last year. Averaged around 16 a game. The lowest total of his 15-year career.
Wow. And the finish at the rim.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Here comes the screen. Durant. Count it. Three-pointer is good. Have we ever seen anyone like KD?
Easy answer. No, he's the greatest offensive threat we've ever seen in the game. He has a 7'5" wingspan, and he's doing things that Russell Westbrook does with the ball. We've never seen it before.
To Cousins. Oh, big finish at the rim.
What a pass. I have no clue how that ball even made it through the traffic.
Rockets in control of the basketball. On the basket, but a shot won't go.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on a shot.
Nothing going here on that drive. Harden. Great look and vision. Nearing impossible. No getting through.
5, Ed. That's 5 blocks tonight.
Durant. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
We get a whistle and a timeout by Golden State as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game.
As a player, this doesn't always happen, but it's a beautiful thing when everybody is allowed to be on the same page. Scouting report is being executed, you're being efficient with your jump shooting, your passes are crisp, you're listening to the coach on the sideline, and everything is working your way. You have to really appreciate these type of moments in the game of basketball.
Golden State at the controls. Livingston to Green. Knocked loose. Rockets come up with it. Knight into the front court. His guys down 3. Tucker. Gets a look. Can't hit. Livingston to Green. Curling inside. Draymond Green. He's 3 for 7.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Nice pass to set things up. Lets it fly from long range. They dared him, and he burns them.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide-open 3.
Slams it home on the putback.
If you know anything, it comes down to who wants it more. And right now, the offense is just hungrier.
Gets it in the right corner. To P.J. Tucker. Harden to P.J. Tucker. Fires the 3. Always has a chance for Tucker, but not that time. He was hacked. They let it go. That ends the third quarter. The Warriors with the lead. It'll be Rockets basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. They trail to this point, but you'd have to say this one's up for grabs.
And the new style we play with in this league, all it takes is 3 quick threes, and you're right back in the ballgame.
Harden. Nothing going here on that drive. To Harden. Trying to cash in. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it. Can only imagine how frustrating that is to stop.
It's beyond an arduous task for the defender. I'm getting frustrated even talking about it. Let me tell you 2 reasons why. Number 1, he's been top 5 in the league since the 2012-13 season in free throws attempted per game. That's pretty impressive. Will make any defender hesitant. And number 2, whenever the league implements a rule about you called the Harden rule for his knack for drawing cheap fouls, that's going to make any defender have a difficult time guarding Mr. Harden.
KD for 2. Gets it to go. Someone clearly missed their rotation. How do you neutralize a threat like Kevin Durant?
Well, that weak side defender constantly has to shade Kevin Durant, and that primary defender, you have to funnel KD into help every single possession, contest shots, and hope that you can deter his vision and that he misses.
KD with the rock. From long range. That won't go. Harden into the front court. His guys trail now 5-4. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
No, no, no. I'll tell you. The team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
James Harden at the line. And hits the first free throw. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip.
Stop the ball, stop the ball.
Has a look. A shot. No good by Green. To Harden. Shot from the lane. Won't go. Here's Durant for 2. And the rebound pulled in by Capella. Paul into the front court. Down 3 to Capella. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just gotta let them play, ref.
Clint Capella at the line. Off the mark on the first free throw. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Kevin Durant has it. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Kevin Durant at the line. First one goes down. And gets both to drop at the line.
Coming right back to you.
Harden with it up top. Down 4. Beyond the arc for 3. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Green. Rises for the slam.
Ed, did you see what this pass just did? Now it encourages his teammates to move with more sense of urgency because they understand that next time down the court, they might be on the receiving end of that pass.
Not going down here. Anthony. It's good. Defense has to pick things up.
And a three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
To Paul. Harden.
Get him. Don't let him get out. Trap. There you go.
To Anthony.
Right here.
Paul.
Trap.
That is great vision to set it up. Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look. Jay, mixed opinions with Carmelo Anthony. How will you remember his career?
Well, as of right now, he's a catch-and-shoot type player. But for me personally, Carmelo Anthony will go down as one of the greatest isolation players of all time. Back in his Denver days, his earlier New York Knicks days, there was nobody better in an isolated set than CA.
Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make 2 bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
Capella to Harden.
Coming for the squeeze.
Cousins up to block the shot. And his foot was on the line. It's going the other way. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Harden. Durant lets it fly. Jumper's good.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Harden. Deep left corner. Anthony. And strokes it.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Kevin Durant with the rock. Probing the defense. Count it.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout. They'll need a quick shot and then likely a quick foul in what is now a two-possession game. Paul. Yes, give the advantage to the shooter.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, man.
Here comes the intentional foul with 10 seconds on the clock.
Ed, what's that old saying? Ruffled feathers do not flock together? Well, actually, I just made that up. But what it means is that play will cause a little havoc. As designed, the team that uses it to galvanize as a unit will have the advantage.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston. It's their second and final one of the last 3 minutes. They cannot stop the clock again.
Space is limited, so you must act soon. Visit our team website for more details.
For three, that's good D. Shot no good. That misses with 2 seconds to go. It's the Warriors who get the victory as they win.